about introduction of our company. SMAJA. SMAJA is defined by the name of the founder. Okay, the company is located at Sintok, Kedah, Malaysia. I will now explain about company logo. First, giant cookie. Giant cookie is for existence of SMAJA Biscuit Company. Eating cookie, the most preferred about biscuit company. While golden wheat is for the symbol of fertility, which symbolize for the potential of growth. And for the last, sheep head. Sheep head is for the symbol of biscuit mastery. Next, I will tell you about SMAJA vision. SMAJA vision is will become an Asia most preferred biscuit company by manufacturing world-class and quality standard. And next, for mission of SMAJA is to provide finest quality biscuit along with the excellent service in order to achieve optimal customer satisfaction. Next, for the SMAJA objective is have 5 objectives. First, to generate minimum 30% revenue. Second, decreasing operating costs by 15% as improving operating procedure. Third, to increasing 10% employee quantity and quality. Fourth, to be competitive in the market. 5, to be innovative. SMAJA have produced two types of biscuit. First, cracker and wafer. That's all.
Now I will introduce the planning part for our SMAJA company. I will plan in 3 parts. First one is the short-term planning. Second is long-term planning, and the third is the next 3 years planning. Okay, now we'll talk about the short-term planning. I will have 2 categories. First one is for the business goal, and the second one for the financial goal. For the short-term business goal is to develop the size and the skills of employers. And the second one is to build the company names recognized by communities all around Malaysia. Next, I will talk about the short-term financial goal. First one is to reduce the operating costs, and the second one is to get funding from financial company. Okay, well, I will talk about the long term now. The long term for business goal is to expand the business physically throughout in different occasions, at the same time to gain the loyal customer in long term. The next one is long term financial goal, is to improve the marginal profits and to become a zero debt companies. It's very important but very difficult to achieve. Okay, now I will talk about the first year's planning. The first year's planning is to have a big team employers with superior career skills to make operating process become more efficient and at the same time to reduce the operating costs. Next is the second year's planning. To make SMAJA recognized throughout all community in all around Malaysia through promotions with funding provided by trustworthy companies. And last is the planning for the third years. To let SMAJA branches expand in main cities of every state in Malaysia, at the same time to gain loyal customer to gain more profits. That's all.
For organizing hub, SMAJA has collaborated with 2 companies which are Harvest Bakery Company and DD Enterprise to supply raw materials to SMAJA. To produce high quality and quantity biscuits, SMAJA has bring in specific modern machine. There are 7 types of machine and 72 workers in the production. First is the planetary mixer machine. The workers use it to create uniform dough, and followed by the dough sheeter to create accurately dough. Then in gauging station, the workers will use it to align the dough thickness, and then they will use rotary cutting to cut to create accurately dough shape. Then they will use dispenser to put or dropping topping on the cracker. The workers will also use cracker breaker to separate fragile cracker. And the last part will be ambient cooler, which they will use it to cool the cracker after finished baking. And the cost of the project is approximately 3 million ringgit Malaysia.
Okay, I will talk about the part of organization. My part is leading. Democratic leadership is our leadership style. The democratic leaders hold finance responsibility, but there are no to delegate authority to other people who works projects. The advantage of these leadership styles is that communication is active in upward and downward. And lastly, the organization is more centralized in decision making.
Hello guys, so my name is Noirdayu binti Hisham. So I want to talk about job scope of each chief officer. They have a C, which is Chief Executive Officer, they call CEO, Chief Operating Officer, COO, and Chief Financial Officer, CFO, and Chief Information Officer, CIO, Chief Strategy Officer, Chief Marketing Officer. So the organization is more centralized in the decision, making all the decisions are strictly made by the top executive officer in the organization. The managers, director and employee in the lower position are limited to implement new planning process. This allows the organization to move towards the goals of the company based on the plan and reduce unexpected issues that may affect the company performance below in the job scope for each chief officer. So first I want to talk about CEO, Chief Executive Officer. The job scope is establish a vision and mission for organization or company, planning long-term and short-term goals and strategy. Make sure the goal is achieved and increase the stakeholder, ensuring that every worker in the department be responsible in their career. Knowing the current issue about a customer, patents, marketing, environment, and more. Communicate with their shareholder, government, entities, and the public. Second is COO, which is called Chief Operating Officer. First is a report directly to the Chief Executive Officer, which is CEO about the operation of the business. Second is oversees all the operational and administrative function. Third is responsible on fundraising, public relation, and partnership. Third is CFO, Chief Financial Officer. The job scope is develop a financial strategies. Second, oversees the issue of the financial information, report financial result to the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, report risk issue to the audit committee, represent the company to deal with the investment banker and investors, and then Chief Information Officer, which is called CIO. The recruit and direct IT staff member, provide and develop customer service to let the customer know about the product of the company. Third, ensuring delivers the information about the product of a company to stakeholder, and create the business value of the company through the technology. And then about Chief Strategy Officer, CSO. Make sure that every procedure that taken in many different projects is aligned with the company goals. Manage economic and financial viability of the company by using a management strategy, financial accounting, human resource planning, customization and implement of a new technology. Develop the new business opportunities by pursuing the product development and improving the project efficiency. The last is Chief Marketing Officer, because CMO oversee the planning and development of an organization, marketing and advertising initiative. Last is generate revenue by increasing through the successful marketing for the entire organization using the market research, pricing, product marketing communications, advertising and public relations. That's all.
We got two of the control of our company, which is bureaucratic control and process control. Our company use the system which is bureaucratic control to, as a company size, to make more informal practice based on the interpersonal communication and mediation in practical and ineffective. This can help the organization to achieve the goal by shifting how the employer perform. The next of the control is process control. This is a better way to prevent making a defective discard. This end of the process to place the procedure and technical to detect the critical process of parameter. The process of parameter normally is physical width, physical size, and physical coloration and physical moisture content.